This is a new beginning. A new Eden, filled with survivors looking for a second chance.
We're here at Comic-Con 2024. I'm John Archiola of Screen Rant, and I'm here with the cast and executive producers of Snowpiercer. Welcome to Comic-Con, guys.
Hey, John.
Thank you.
Would you each mind introducing yourselves?
I'm David Diggs. I play Andre Layton on Snowpiercer.
I'm Mickey Sumner. I play Bess Till.
Mike O'Malley, I play Sam Roche.
I'm Christoph Schrewe. I'm executive producer, and I directed a lot of the episodes.
I'm Paul Zbyszewski, writer, executive producer, showrunner.
I am a massive fan of Snowpiercer. All 4 seasons are now streaming on AMC+. Everyone must binge it. David, back in season 2, Melanie said that the future is outside, and here we are outside in season 4.
Yeah.
My jaw actually dropped in the season premiere, seeing you guys all outside. Can you guys talk about shooting after 3 seasons in the train, being outside, and Christoph also shooting Snowpiercer in a whole new environment?
First thing is we had to build a complete new world, and we were used to there's only forwards and backwards as a movement in the train, and you can go either towards the engine or away from the engine. And suddenly we can walk around in every direction, and it's a complete new world, a new way of thinking, a new way to live for the characters. And I think it was an enormous joy to create this world. And Steve Geoghegan, the production designer, did a tremendous job in building a full little city in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of an ice field.
Yeah, and the show looks amazing, especially at night. You know, I love how beautifully the show is just lit in the nighttime scenes. You know, we all remember Game of Thrones when we couldn't see anything, but Snowpiercer is not like that. Mickey, I love Bess. She's always the conscience of Snowpiercer. But let me ask you a question I think Bess might know the answer to. What happened to Jinju?
You just asked the forbidden question.
The forbidden question.
It was a question I might have asked a couple times during season 2 and was told quite promptly to stop asking that question. But no, I think it was tragic. Jinju dies in the revolution, the end of the revolution. She doesn't make it, and Bess spends the whole of season 2 sort of recovering internally from that. But yeah, Susan Park played Jinju and missed her greatly.
Yeah,
we love Susan.
Love Susan.
And Mike, you know, I tweeted a couple weeks ago. You and I had a fun little Twitter interaction that Roche is, I feel like, the MVP of New Eden in season 4. He's holding it down.
I think everyone else here feels that same way too.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it was just. I mean, Paul just wrote me great material. I was just so happy to be able to do it.
And you know, David, Lena Hall sang on Snowpiercer. Obviously, Sam Otto got to sing. I've been waiting. When is Layton going to sing?
You'll have to keep watching and see if that happens.
I'm just saying, you know, Snowpiercer, I mean, Star Trek had a musical episode, and Snowpiercer could totally pull one off.
It could. Maybe it will.
Roche has a barbershop quartet.
Yeah.
That,
Roche did an awful lot of singing off camera.
Off camera.
Yeah.
It's a lot of singing.
Yeah. He's really.
Do it.
No.
Do it. Come on.
Snowpiercer. I wanted that to be the theme song, and it did not take it.
Oh, no. I think Lena could pull it off.
Yeah. Well, I was saying I should sing it.
Oh,
Yeah.
that would work too. We have somebody new on the train, an invader this season, played by Clark Gregg. And it's very jarring after spending 3 seasons on the train, like having this new foreign element walking in, like, you know, and like, what are you doing on our train? But let's talk a little bit about Clark Gregg and Milius and his impact on season 4.
Yeah, it's jarring as an actor too. I wanted to hate those guys, but then they were all right. Turned out they're very good at their jobs and really nice people.
Yeah, it's the surprising thing is we thought for 3 seasons that the people on the train are the only survivors, and suddenly we have to discover there are other survivors, and they are humans, and they have other interests than our heroes. And that's where Clark came in, and I think Paul did an amazing job in convincing him to do kind of like the the opposite of what he was used to do and what he used to do, and he is kind of like a very legit villain, but he's doing it out of the right reasons, I have to say. And
And there wasn't actually a lot of convincing. Like the fact that he didn't have to like slip into like the warm and friendly Coulson mode, and he could do something a little different. He could have a little bit of edge, and yet still maintain some sense of humor, and have different sort of layers to his backstory and playing other things that all interested in him, and he was in. It was great.
Amazing, yeah.
And in episode 2, we have Michael Aronoff
Amazing.
joining us too, and that's another addition to our world, and it was absolutely awesome.
Yeah,
Amazing actor.
Absolutely.
So after 3 years, a couple of new people came in.
And I also want to shout out the incredible cast who is not here with us, like Clark Gregg, as we just talked about, Jennifer Connelly, Sean Bean, Rowan Blanchard. I am told you guys all really just became a family over the course of the 4 seasons.
Yeah, yeah. Love all those people. Miss them terribly, and yeah, it was the best set to be on. I have to say, like. We were talking earlier, like just I think, and this is true for a lot of people who worked through the pandemic, but like we, that season when none of us could go home and we were just sort of trapped in the trenches together, like you really find out who the people around you are, and it turns out like we were surrounded by really, really incredible people.
Absolutely. And Paul, Snowpiercer has not been shy about killing off characters over the last three years. Season 4's premiere had a big death in it. I was heartbroken. Should we fans brace for not everybody making it out of season 4?
Yes.
Brace yourselves.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's sad.
I mean, it's a story of like it's life. Like you have loss, and one of the main themes of the show through all the seasons is these people are under horrible circumstances, but they persevere. They persevere through it, and hopefully they get to that place of hope. Mm-hmm. And so you can't have the joy if you don't have a little bit of the pain. And so yeah, there are some losses this season, and maybe not the people you might expect.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's what adds to the energy and the viewing tension. It's the final season. You've seen this show kill people off left and right. You don't know who they're coming for next, and you should not be surprised when it happens to anyone.
Well, yeah, anything goes, right? It's the last year. I missed the train when it was 1,001 cars long. I would love to know. No,
not me. No, that's a lot of walking, man.
I would love to know, what was your favorite car on the train?
I mean, the night car was pretty amazing. You know what I mean? It was just a big set, but
it was an amazing set.
I did love a very, very tiny set, which is the little bubble.
Oh, yeah.
You can where you can look out in the sky, which was one of the smallest set we ever had, and you bonked your head when you were going into it. Mm-hmm. But it had this magic that looking out in the world from there. So that's one of my favorite sets, even though it's so tiny.
That's so cool.
I liked Wilford's bathroom.
Oh yes.
It was so decadent, and just this huge bath looking out the window, and I think a Goya painting was on the, it was just wanted to live there.
As an outsider coming in, I was stunned by all of the sets. I mean, the fact that they had that many train cars built, and the detail that went into all of them was stunning. Christoph mentioned earlier Steve Gagan, amazing production designer. Harry Griffin Beale, construction, amazing. Roger Troy, who did set deck. Like, they were all so specific and detail-oriented about everything. When I walked into the library, that was probably my favorite. Looking at the books and looking at the spines of all the books and all of the titles and the little knickknacks that hang up above, things that really your average viewer is never going to see. But so many people on that production design team took so much time and care into designing every little thing that you just couldn't help but be in awe when you walked on those sets. It felt, and I can't imagine, that had to have helped performance for you guys walking into those, because you felt like they were real, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a great playground to play on, and the new stuff for season 4 only added to it, I think. But it was it also, you could play with anything in the shot. It was all real. It was all there. You could pick things up. You could hit walls if you needed to hit walls. You could. I mean, that subtrain set. That what a pain in the ass to shoot on. But oh my god, it looked amazing and was dangerous and all the things that it should be. It was fantastic.
It was definitely like when you would go from first class to some of the other places, you could really feel it wasn't hard to get into the character because of all the design elements. You could see the difference between the comfort and then where you had to be on in a very cramped space.
Yeah, and we more and more throughout the seasons made this as real as possible. Not too big sets. We never pulled walls. We always stayed with the cameras and the actors inside of this world. There was no escape, except now for season 4. The escape is there's another world, but you can't escape humanity. You can only escape kind of the train.
Well, I just want to say my favorite set was Willie's World. I love that really messed up carnival.
But also, where was that car hiding? All that time we never saw it. We just never walked through it.
Right. Well,
I love that set.
Listen, guys, I want to thank Snowpiercer so much. Snowpiercer, one Screen Rant couch long, for joining us today. I hope everybody watches Snowpiercer on AMC season 4, and also have a great Comic-Con.
Thank you.
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thank you.
Really appreciate it.
On the other side of the mountain, it was a transport or something. We haven't got one of those.
Neither does Snowpiercer.